go ahead and get started. Katie, do you mind calling the absent members and having them add on to roll call?
Thank you. Commissioner Corwitz.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the City of West Sacramento's regular meeting of the Arts, Culture, and Historic Preservation Commission. Today is February 28th, and the agenda is on the website. We've done a roll call, and so we will go ahead and jump on into the general administration function part 1. 1A is presentations by the public on matters not on the agenda within the jurisdiction of the commission. The commission is prohibited by law from discussing issues not on the agenda brought to them at this time. Are there any issues to be brought forward?
I have not received any public comment.
Okay, great. Well, with that, we are going to go to item 1B, consideration of selection of chairperson and vice chairperson for this commission. I do want to note that this is something that happens on an annual basis. The commission appointment period, tenure, is 2 years. However, the selection of the chair and vice chair happens on an annual basis. I do want to let everyone know, and I have let the city staff know already, that my time in West Sac is unfortunately coming to an end. Because I'll be moving outside of city limits, I am going to resign my spot on the commission as of Saturday, this coming Saturday. So this will be my last arts commission, but I really loved working with everyone and learning about West Sac, and hopefully if, house prices hopefully come down at some point, I can come back and find a place. I really love West Sac and I'm going to miss it quite a bit. But with that, we will open up the floor for, I think, nominations for the chair and vice chair.
So Chair Diaz will actually do them one at a time. So we'll first take a nomination and vote for the chair, and then followed by the vice chair.
Perfect. Thank you, Katie. Do we have any nominations for chair? I would like to nominate someone, and I feel bad that I didn't coordinate with her beforehand, but I'd like to nominate Peggy Bell to be chair of the commission.
I second that.
I would like to nominate Carrie Horowitz as chair of the commission.
I will second that, considering that Peggy is the one that doesn't want to.
I know, right? Good job, Peggy. I like how you just turned that around. Yeah, sure. I would love to do it. I'd be honored. If you'll be my vice chair.
Good setup. I appreciate that. Seeing no other nominations, I would like to withdraw my nomination of Peggy, and I'll just second the nomination of Carrie. Can we please take a vote on Carrie? Commissioner Corwitz, sorry for the informal title. Can we please take a vote on Commissioner Corwitz becoming the new chair of this commission?
So Commissioner Bell.
Aye.
Commissioner Gleason.
Aye.
Commissioner Corwitz.
Aye.
Commissioner Perez.
Aye.
Vice Chair Sheridan. A verbal.
I don't think we heard you, Commissioner Sheridan.
Oh, sorry. Aye.
And Chair Diaz.
Aye. Congratulations, Commissioner Corwitz. We will do the vote for vice chair, and I think then I hand it over to you.
Oh, no, not tonight.
I'll still stay on. I'll help you.
I don't even have the agenda in front of me.
We can fix that.
Okay.
We can send that to you. While we send that to you, and then we'll put the link in the chat, we'd like to open up the floor for nominations for vice chair. I'd like to nominate Commissioner Bell.
I second that.
Any other nomination? Wonderful. With that, can we open up take the vote, the formal vote on vice chair to appoint Commissioner Bell?
Commissioner Bell,
Aye.
Commissioner Gleason,
Aye.
Commissioner Corwitz, Chair Corwitz,
Aye.
Commissioner Perez,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheridan,
Aye.
and Commissioner Diaz.
Aye. Congratulations, Commissioner Bell. You are now vice chair of the Arts and Historic Preservation and Culture Commission. Sorry, I've been on the phone for about 12 hours today already. It's just all jumbled in my mouth now. So,
Well, I am honored to serve, and thank you for your service. It's been great, and I wish you luck, and I hope you do get to come back to us. We never like to see you go.
I will miss it, and I will visit often.
And I'm glad that Carrie gets to take Commissioner Chair Horowitz gets to take over now and not me. Woo. Thank you very much for the nomination and the ayes, guys.
You are welcome. Commissioner Corwitz, I did put the link in the chat, so if you are ready, I will hand over the gavel to you.
All right, thank you. So it looks like next up we have item 1C, Commissioner Communications. I do have one communication that I want to share. I'm going to be meeting with Judy Martinez, who is part of, I can't remember off the top of my head, part of an art group here in West Sacramento and even the greater Sacramento area. And so she's been reaching out to the city council and the mayor requesting to meet and discuss opportunities to bring more art to West Sacramento. And so I will be meeting with her next week to get her ideas of what they're looking for and how we could possibly help with that. And so at the next meeting, I should be able to report out what they're looking for and how we can collaborate with that group. Is there any other communications from commissioners?
I just wanted to say that you and I got to attend the River Music selection, and that was really fun. And I'm really excited for our summer concert series. And it was a really great opportunity to debut and just contribute to the city. And I really appreciated the rating sheets, and we had a lot of bands to go through, and it's a big decision, but Parks and Rec are going to make a great decision. I'm excited about that. That's all.
Thank you both commissioners for spending the afternoon doing that. That was a long afternoon, but we really enjoyed it and got some great input, and thank you for filling out all those sheets. It was a huge help. So thank you for being on that subcommittee.
Just a quick follow-up question, Connie. Have the bands been selected? And
a lot of stuff still in the works. Yes, there are the bands that rank the highest that are going to get the offerings. However, contractual stuff so we're still going through contractual stuff with our legal and Drake's and blah, blah, blah. And then that will settle on how many bands and how long we actually have what we have with our contract with them. But yes, the top ranked bands, we have let them know that they are bands that we definitely want to have. Now, whether we're going to be able to have a couple opening acts and a little more time, that's kind of what is in play still. So, but definitely those bands that really wowed us out of those different areas, those are being held for the dates.
great, thank you. Any other communication from commissioners?
There's a couple of hands up.
Cheryl. Cheryl? Or I'm sorry, Commissioner Gleason.
So just to let you know, I am on the committee for the Verge Sacramento Open Studios. And we are always looking to get more of our West Sac artists involved in open studios. And whether that is finding a location where they can, outside of their home, if they don't have a location where they feel comfortable or can't have people in their house, or their studio is purely a bedroom and it's too small. Maybe there's a place that Connie and Tracy can help with within the city where we could house 4 or 5 of our West Sac artists to bring them a little bit more into the stage, because it draws a really big crowd.
And Cheryl, that's coming in September, right? Is that September?
Yes, and they'll be opening up nominations. They'll be opening up the sign up in March. So it's literally right around the corner. You need to be signed up before May. It does cost, but you get a lot for what it costs. Get your name in a really nice magazine, your studio location, a picture, you get a piece at the Verge in the preview. There's a lot of great stuff involved with Sacramento Open Studios, and I think as a sort of just across the river partner, we would be it would be great if more of our artists get involved.
Yeah, I know in the past we have purchased advertising with them to kind of help contribute with that. We have advertised our Black Box Theater, since that's an amenity we can rent out. And we've, purchased advertising to help promote, and also helped promote for artists here that are, participating, to spread the word and offer that on our website and through our social media and things to really bring the information more to West Sacramento. So yeah, we would be happy to talk about how we can promote in ways.
Awesome.
Commissioner
Sorry.
Sheridan has a hand up.
I was talking and I didn't realize my mute was on. Thank you, Commissioner Gleason, and Commissioner Sheridan. Your turn.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Corwitz, welcome you as chair. I just wanted to thank Commissioner Diaz, our former chair Diaz, for her time and her leadership this last year. And I just want to wish you well. And that's all. I just wanted to say keep in touch, and I just wanted to thank you for that. And also, I just want to know maybe if we could expand on when the Verge event is happening, because that's like my tag on to what I was going to say. But then I was so excited about Commissioner Gleason's presentation there. I just want to know, like, what are the dates of that event? I might have missed it.
So it is extended weekend, and West Sac is in the first weekend, and that is the week, wait for it, the 10th and 11th. That would be West Sac. That's downtown Sac, West Sac. And then the outer lying areas like Rancho Cordova, Faro, Carmichael, and those, we are on 16th and 17th and 18th. And I say we because I open up the MAC and have 16 artists here that are doing it in the studio.
Okay. Any others? I don't see anybody. I can't see my full screen because I had to split my screen for the agenda. Do you guys see anybody?
I don't see
No more
anyone.
hands.
Okay, great. Thank you. So we will move on. We have a presentation from Troop 808 regarding utility box art project. And it looks like
They're
Miss
here with us
Lee.
tonight. Yeah, they're here with us tonight.
It's great to see all these little faces.
I know.
Welcome.
808, can you wave? Hi, Troop 808.
Guys.
All right. Kira Kaminsky, myself, and Joshua Bailey from the city have all had the opportunity to meet these ladies previously because they sent a letter to our director, Tracy Michael, and there's an exciting project they want to work on. And they are here to present it to you tonight and tell you a little bit about it. So in the past, Parks and Recreation has worked with several Girl Scout troops over the years, and we've done things like garden and park improvement projects, neighborhood book library lending, building those in neighborhoods, things like that. And Troop 808 recently sent a letter that I'm gonna share with you, commissioners, so you have a little background. They sent this to our director, Miss Tracy Michael. And so they say, hello there. We're Troop 808 of West Sacramento Girl Scout, and we are working on our Girl Scout project. Our troop likes to do lots of art, and we would like to share our creativity with the public. The way we want to do this is to paint a boring utility box and make a unique masterpiece. We hope that this will inspire other girls our age, and other artists will paint utility boxes. And when people see our utility box project, they will see that it took perseverance, hard work, and creativity. We have a local high school artist who is willing to help us, and we have lots of ideas. We have some models from other cities and communities, and we are looking forward to sharing those with you. And so we were able to follow up, and tonight I have also here tonight is Kira Kaminsky for the commission. You all met Kira, I believe. Kira is our recreation coordinator, who is the curator of Gallery 1075. She's kind of our graphics, marketing, social media, art person. She also happens to be an artist, and I'm going to slide this in on the side. She recently won a competition in Orangeville, was down to 4 finalists to be on a utility box art project. And so Kira is one of the top 2. And so she's gonna, she like takes her job really seriously. Like this got mentioned, right? This utility box project. So not only did she take all the ideas that the troop sent, start contacting the other cities, start doing research and finding out how, the best ways to do these things. She reached out to Commissioner Gleason, who is a fabulous resource on our commission as well. Commissioner Gleason has experience with a very successful utility box art project that she's worked with. And she also is an artist. And I was in a meeting the other day with them where they were talking about mediums and the stuff you order to actually make the art stay on the box and do the stuff. And I just let them get going on that because they did a great job. But it was just really exciting. And Joshua Bailey, who he is with the city, and he is in charge of signal streetlight program for the city, traffic signal, streetlight, stuff like that. And so he actually met with us as well. And he looked around the city for boxes that we own. And he was able to designate sort of kitty corner from City Hall and across the street from the community center on Merkley and West Capitol. 3 utility boxes that sit together that are just screaming for this masterpiece from Troop 808. But I'm going to let Troop 808 tell you more about their ideas, and they would love your input on where they're going with this art project and any recommendations or input you have for them. And at this point, I will turn it over. And tonight with them, they're all going to introduce themselves, and their troop leader is here with them as well, Sarah Kirby Gonzalez. And then their high school artist is here tonight as well. So a lot of people to meet and very exciting. So Troop 808, take it away.
Good evening, commissioners.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Good evening, commissioners. I would like to good evening, commissioners, city staff, and guests. Troop 808 is very excited to be here presenting our utility box project. First, I would like to introduce everyone. I'm Keegan and I am in 5th grade at Bridgeway Island. My favorite thing about West Sacramento is all cool parks. Addison.
Hello, my name is Addie. I'm in 5th grade at Bridgeway Island. Something I enjoy about West Sac is all the varieties of wildlife.
Amelia.
Hi, I'm Amelia. I'm in the 5th grade at Bridgeway Island, and what I like about West Sacramento is the people.
Chelsea.
Hi, I'm Chelsea, and I'm in 5th grade at Bridgeway Island. My favorite thing about West Sac is all the parks and how well we take care of them.
Kelsey.
Hi, I'm Kelsey, and I'm in 5th grade at Delta Elementary Charter School. My favorite thing about Sacramento is the river.
Rose. I don't think she's here. Savannah.
Hello, I'm Savannah, and I am in 5th grade at Bridgeway Island, and my favorite thing about West Sacramento is all the water parks.
Sophia.
Hello, I'm Sophia, and I'm in 5th grade at Our Lady of Grace School. My favorite thing about West Sacramento is the community because it is so friendly and close-knit.
With our leaders, Sarah and Leah. Finally, Ellery, our high school artist.
Hi, I'm Ellery. I'm a homeschooled sophomore in high school, and my favorite thing about West Sacramento is our goats.
Our why. Our troop has been planning our 2022 Girl Scout Troop project. Our troop likes to do lots of art, and we like to share our creativity with the public. The way we want to do this is to paint a boring utility box and make it a unique masterpiece. We have been researching on how other cities do similar projects to ensure we are successful. We hope this project will inspire other girls our age. We also hope other artists will paint utility boxes so our town is covered in art. When the public see their utility box, they will see that it took perseverance, hard work, and creativity.
The plan. We have a local high school artist who has helped us with our vision to bring our masterpiece to life. City staff have been very helpful with us identify the perfect location for our project, right across City Hall.
For our project, we will need cleaners, sandpaper, and paint, and brushes. Currently, we are asking for donations from Home Depot, Lowe's, and Michaels. We also have existing funds to help cover the costs. We hope to start the art in April.
Here are some sketches that we thought would capture the feel of our great city. Our troops created lots of sketches and ideas for the art, which we shared with Ellery. We are still considering a quote for the first image.
When we were attending a meeting with city staff, we learned that the color palette for the utility box should be light colors, and we need to work around the vents and labels that can't be painted. With this information and using Troop 808's ideas, I created these designs. We want the piece to be simple and bring a sense of beauty to the space. So one represents the urban farms and reflects our open land where we are considering adding some West Sac goats, while the other is featuring butterflies, which are the species cabbage white, which are seen throughout our city, and the dandelion represents hope for the future.
Thank you for your time, and a special thanks to Ms. Leek and Ms. Comiskey for their help. We would now love to take your suggestions or answer any questions.
Okay, thank you for that wonderful presentation. I love it. Commissioners, do we have any suggestions, questions, or comments? Commissioner Diaz.
Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you to all the girls that did the presentation today. You did such a wonderful job. And I love this idea of painting the utility boxes because I find them extremely boring. And so if you are looking for votes on I thought all the design sketches were beautiful, but the one with the the wishing thing, I forget what it's called. Anyway, the dandelion, that one was by far my favorite. So that would be my vote. But thank you for all the girls. You guys did a wonderful job.
Thank you. Other commissioners? Commissioner Perez.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you very much for the presentation. It was awesome. Very well spoken, everyone, and great work put together. I was just going to give my thought. My number one, I think, what sparked my interest was when you guys said you would put the goats on there, I guess. Anytime I think of art, I always err on the side of what is representative of our community, whether it's historical, whether something that is happening now. I think that would be really cool because everywhere we go, there's always a time of year where we see the goat at different parts of our city. So I think that would be cool. I think, like what Commissioner Diaz said, that the dandelion, I grew up here in West Sacramento from when I was even younger than you. And the flowers, I would always blow on them. Like, I guess that's just that sentimental. But I do put the barn number one because you guys mentioned the goats and it has a geographic significance. But they're all great, though. So it's just a thought. But thank you guys again.
Thank you, Commissioner Perez. Commissioner Bell?
So you fifth graders are amazing. You go, girls. What a wonderful creative gift that you guys are working on. And I love the art. The only thing missing for me was a river and our riverfront. And to me, because I think that's such a significant part of what makes our city so wonderful, as well as all the people that are walking and biking. And I would love to see that, as well as goats. But great presentation. That's all. Thank you, girls.
Thank you, Commissioner Bell. Commissioner Sheridan?
Hi, yes, of course, I would like to echo our thanks for your very well organized and presented PowerPoint there. That was wonderful. Thank you. And I love how you all shared part of the presentation. You clearly planned for that and practiced for that. It's very nice. Thank you. And I also appreciate the variety of the images that you showed. I also want to thank your high school ambassador. And again, I want to thank you for that variety because it really shows kind of like an attention to diversity and inclusion and differing ideas. So I personally like the sort of this, it could either be sunrise or sunset. I think it was second from the left. Here in West Sac, we see the sunrise on the east side of our city, and we see the sunset on the west side, and it tends to be over our farmland. I really like that. So all great ideas, all representative, and I think also just the idea of like your high school ambassador said, you have to work around the structure of a utility box, which is a real basic item, but I think your designs, in any way, why not do them all? They're all lovely. So I wish we had as many utility boxes as you could come up with designs, because I think that would of course beautify the city just by doing that. So I want to thank you so much. I think this is a really nice idea, and I really am appreciative of being able to witness your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Sheridan. And Commissioner Gleason.
Thank you, ladies. Great job. So the question I have, there are boxes and they're very separate. With it 10 and 12 between them. Is there a reason you would have one, or could you do 3? Because they are all different. They're not.
Yeah, that's why we were so excited that we got Joshua Bailey from Capital Projects involved, and he's in charge of the boxes, because they came and they said 1 box, and he said, here's 3 right next to each other. And only the back sides are disturbed by bushes because they're up against a fence. So you got 3 boxes, and with each of those boxes, if you take away just the back, then we've got 3 sides at least. And I don't know, some of them, if they're low enough, you can do something with the top too. So it leaves a lot of options. And when we met initially, we met for a long amount of time, and each girl had great ideas. And I've heard what the California poppy, I've heard some other really amazing ideas. I think they just, they had an opportunity as they worked with their high school artists to show 4 renderings that they've gotten out thus far. So yeah, we're definitely talking about utilizing all 3 of those boxes and all the ideas that they have. And I got to tell you, each idea that they threw out when we met was wonderful. And I see Commissioner Gleason, you also gave us another in the chat, check for supplies at Jerry's Art Arama for inexpensive product. So there's another one. Kira has a long list. She's keeping track on all of this. So.
Okay, thank you. Any other? I just want to say, girls, you guys did a great job. I know it's hard to speak in front of all these adults, and you just rocked it. All of you did a fabulous job. I also was really impressed that you coordinated with the high school art student. So it just brings in more layers, right, of our students. So great job, and I can't wait to see it. I was in Rancho Cordova today driving around, and I saw a lot of utility boxes that were painted, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. We need to do those kinds of things, and I know that we've talked about it at one of our commission meetings. So to see it actually starting to happen is super exciting, and that you young ladies are going to be a part of it, and we'll be able to look back on it years from now when you're bigger and you're living in West Sac, and you can say, hey, I helped create that. So good job. I can't wait to see it all happen and ride my bike by and take a look at them. So anything else?
We didn't pick an ender. So I'll just say, girls, you can all give, if we were in person, you give a big wave and thank you. And so, and my co-leader, Leah, is here too. So just a big thank you, commissioners, for all you do and for your feedback. We took notes and appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you.
I think, Sarah, I think Addie had her hand up.
Oh.
Addie?
I'm pretty sure we got most of our inspiration from the Auburn utility boxes because most of those are painted.
Okay, great. And now West Sacramento is going to have some painted. So that is fabulous. Good job, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Sorry, how wonderful.
How sweet was that?
That was overly adorable.
Yes.
One of the best projects I've had in a while was just meeting with them. It was
that was awesome.
That's great. Thank you for making it happen.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. We'll have to invite you guys out and celebrate it.
Yeah. Okay, next item. It looks like item number 3, consideration of approval of the minutes for the October 25th, 2021 regular meeting. Can I have a motion to approve?
I will move to approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Second.
And I don't know, do we do a roll call vote? Katie, or?
Yes, I will do that. Yes. It was motioned by Chair Diaz and seconded by Commissioner Sheridan. Commissioner Diaz, Commissioner Sheridan. Vice Chair Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Diaz,
Aye.
Commissioner Gleason,
Aye.
Commissioner Perez,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheridan,
Aye.
and Chair Corwin.
Aye. Okay, thank you. Now we'll move on to the regular agenda. Item 4, workshop on Southport Levee Trailhead Project Public Art Element. Another exciting project.
Thanks for letting me finish that one. To follow that one, I like it was not quite. Good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, and Commissioners. My name is Erin Rivas, and I am the Business Manager for the Parks and Recreation Department. I am here this evening to present you with a workshop on the Southport Levee Trailhead Project Public Art Element. I'm going to try not to botch this PowerPoint. Let me try to share screen and go. Do you see me? Share. You guys see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, from the beginning. All righty. You see the introductory slide. Okay. The Southport Levee Trailhead project has been in the planning and development phase over the last year or so. It has just completed the 80% design plans, and project permits are being reviewed by Central Valley Flood Protection Board and the Army Corps of Engineers. That's the background. Jump to that one. In the presentation, we're also going to talk about the trailhead design, and then we're going to discuss public art considerations. The overall design for the park looks like this. We have some major amenities. You see we have parking. Off to the left, there's a gravel lot going to be for equestrian staging. There's an ADA access ramp at the top of the levee. There are some native plantings. They're preserving some of the mature trees. There's a controlled access gate right there at the cul-de-sac to monitor vehicles outside of park hours, and some security lighting. The plaza is going to have trash and recycling receptacles, shaded seating, bike rack, a public art feature, permanent restroom building, an informational kiosk with potentially with some educational and maybe even art elements associated with it, and also some lighting. So for the public art considerations, staff, Yellow, I'll give a little bit of background here. Yellow Art serves as a consultant for Yolo County and any other entities that need assistance with public art administration. So staff met with Allison Flory from Yellow Arts to discuss some options for the public art piece for this trailhead. She advised that the staff need to develop basically a formal public art plan, and then go ahead and issue a solicitation to artists based on that plan. So the considerations we need when developing this public art plan is we need to talk about artist solicitation. Are we looking for local artists, or are we looking for an open call? The types of art we're looking for, it could be mural, it could be static, interactive, a mosaic, tile. We also need to talk about the locations of where we want to have the art. If we go back one slide here, on the design concept plan, we have some red stars. We talked about having something, maybe a mural associated with the restroom building. So there's a red star over the restroom building. Farther down, there is the paved area. There's a potential for some mosaic, some tile work. We have the seating area off to the right with some shade. So there could be a way of incorporating art with the shade of the seating. And the lower star also, there's the educational kiosk. There could be some art associated with that educational kiosk. So we have some options here. We'll go back down. We also need to talk about themes. This site is just rich in terms of of cultural opportunities, the ties with the river, with the gold rush, with the rice industry. Exporting rice throughout around the world. We have a lot of the riparian habitat, the animals, the plants associated with the river. There's just so many places, so many directions we can go with this. And also we want to be mindful of the budget. The budget is definitely increased over time. Originally, we're talking about $10,000 for this art elements. It's 1% of the overall contract budget. But as we all know, costs have gone up. So even right now, we're looking at about 18,000, but who knows? Until you go out to bid, you don't know what that final number is going to look like. So the number's not real big. Also, it's a grant funded project. So we need to be, keep that in mind when we're talking about the kind of art elements that we want to have. So the kind of arts, we sort of looked into it. One of the kinds would be murals. We have a pretty significant local talent pool for this. It's cost effective. The murals aren't that expensive, and they'd be really great for something like the restroom building, even if we did the seating area, or if we were to have something really cool that bleeds onto the paving. There's just a lot of potential. So I found a couple little samples of some local art pieces that would sort of kind of speak to the flavor or whatever of Trailhead and the connection to the river and to history. I also found some pictures of some inlay, some tile work. There's also, we think we have a pretty significant talent pool here. It's a little pricier, but it'd be very durable. We could apply it to the paving, to one of the fixed structures. They have the one with the compass on it, going to give us this sort of educational understanding with north and south flow of the river. Could also be a really cool piece to incorporate in the trailhead. Another idea is having a sort of static or interactive piece. The local pool is not going to be quite as large. These are more expensive, and typically they are standalone, and they probably would have additional engineering costs because they are a little bit more substantial, and they're slightly more labor intensive when it comes to putting them in and maintaining them. But these are just a couple ideas of what we could possibly have. And honestly, even though they are more expensive, these are opportunities to look outside the box, because there may be a way of repurposing something. Maybe it's a tree, maybe it's a piece of equipment or something that still gives us that the same element, the same feel, maybe not the same price tag. And so next steps, the commission feedback. We're going to generate a draft art plan coming up in this month. We are looking at going to YOLO Arts and taking if you are in support of using YOLO Arts, at taking their contract to City Council in April, and then issuing an artist solicitation, which will then come back to you for review and approval. We're looking at having an artist contract awarded in September of 2022. The design and fabrication will occur in the fall and the winter of 2022, with the installation aligning with a construction project, and that'll be summer of 2023. So that concludes my presentation, and if you need clarification, please feel free to ask me questions.
Thank you, Erin. My first question is, where is this located?
The Linden Road Trailhead. It's at the end of Linden Road, right there along the setback.
Okay. Right where they cut the road off and made a cul-de-sac right there?
Yeah, it's a future trailhead site.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Commissioner Bill.
Thank you for that presentation. And I wanted to, I really like the idea of mosaic tiles and tile work. And I love I think it's Fremont Park that has these really big planters, and sort of doubles where, maybe you could plant, make it large enough to plant a tree. I think that those are really nice. And I definitely would love the north, east, west, south identifier. I think that's so important. And anyway, the murals are fabulous. So those are just basically my comments. But I'd like to see as much as we could possibly do with that budget. So considering some of the less pricier items like a mural and maybe mosaic planter boxes of some sort, that would really cut down on the cost and be able to make that budget expand. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Bell. And let's go to Commissioner Gleason.
So, Aaron, what do you consider local? Is this West Sacramento, Yolo County? What's your definition?
I think the hope was to point to Yolo Arts to see what our local was, how it should be defined. If we have West Sac, we have a decent artist pool here, then that can be local. If we don't, then maybe our local needs to be Yolo County. But they're the experts, not us. So I think that was our thoughts on that.
And I so we're up to 8,000.
No. It's that's our overall budget. We maybe only afford one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We can one, then that's awesome, but it's not likely. But that's we just kind of wanted to give the commissioners an opportunity to kind of understand what we were working with and to see if we could work within those parameters.
So I'm going to throw this out there, and this is something that might work for this we do here in Sacramento in the future. I get approached a lot from the Rancho Cordova area of people that want murals or want art done, and do I know artists? I try to hook them up. And I'm not sure if maybe you're familiar with Splash, but it's in it's actually in the edge of Rosemont and Mather. And it's vernal pools. And a lot of kids do field trips there because you've got the spring flowers and the vernal pools, and there's a lot of wildlife and whatnot. So I hooked them up with an artist, and this was the first mural in the United States that is using a specialized Italian paint that actually takes carbon dioxide out and turns it into oxygen. So obviously that comes with a price tag a little bit higher, but that is something as we move forward, and there are really cool things out there that we can sort of hang our hat on as a city that we're doing above and beyond within our art to help climate change. And that's it.
Thank you. I like that idea. Maybe we can look into that and get a cost and see if that's something that might be doable. Commissioner Diaz.
Gleason? Oh, I was going to start.
Go ahead.
Or direction on that if we wanted to dig in. It's just called Splash. It's in Rancho Cordova.
Yeah, it's just outside of Rancho, I think. Mather, the town of Mather, but Splash vernal pool.
And that okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Diaz.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. I enjoyed that. I was going to kind of piggyback and something not exactly the same as Commissioner Gleason, but when there's multiple pieces of art in a location like this, I always like it when they all kind of tie in together in a theme. And I was going to suggest climate change because it's so relevant to our lives right now. So I thought maybe if there were multiple pieces, if they could somehow all tie into a theme, it doesn't have to be climate change, but that was going to be my suggestion. It just kind of makes it a little more cohesive to the participants.
Great idea.
Or at least clean water, since we're by the river.
I like that too.
Okay. So a couple things. We will be, isn't there an art project coming up at the, I don't even know what it's called, but where the climbing thing is on Linden, right? And so that's in very close proximity to this. And so maybe we want to consider like Commissioner Diaz said, kind of tying it all together, I think would be really cool. But I don't know where we're at with that, Tracy.
Yes, well, we thank you for bringing that up. We just submitted our second grant application for the Heritage Oaks Park site. So we have the master plan complete. Although the art components built into the master plan, as you mentioned, we don't have it themed quite yet. We have been working with Yochidehe tribe. They're really interested in providing some input on the site. It could be part of public art. It could be part of the native plantings, but they're really excited about being involved in that project. But I do like the idea of theming the art collectively, because we have the Heritage Oaks Park site, we have the Trailhead site, we also have Bees Lakes, which is just, a stone's throw south of the Trailhead. And all three of those projects have been funded in some part. Bees Lakes, we are hoping to get almost $2 million in grant funding from the Delta Conservancy. We're working on that right now, but that will have public access improvements and public art and interpretive signage as part of that. So I do think there's a real opportunity to create kind of a broader theme, not knowing when each project's going to actually move forward, but sort of reserving some themes for each site. Right now, with the Trailhead site, for our grant application, we indicated that the theming could include concepts like focusing on wildlife, the flood protection system, nature. Heritage Oaks Park is also about discovery through nature. And then we have Bees Lakes, which is, just a beautiful amenity. So I do think that there's an opportunity to tie in nature with climate change. The trees are such a significant feature for a lot of our climate change objectives. So I really like that. And what we're trying to do is as we apply for grants, highlight some of these other nearby projects so that we can create this sort of nature through discovery zone. There's a lot of opportunities for discovery through nature in that general area. I think what we talked about with YOLO Arts is that this call for artists would be flexible and open enough that artists would be given an opportunity to explore a couple different mediums and some other different locations on the site, so that we weren't constraining them too much, because they tend to come up with really creative ideas that we don't think of when we put together the plan. And Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong, the process would be similar to the bench project, where we would offer a stipend for artists to develop, the top artists to develop their concepts a little further. And you're right, $10,000 wasn't a lot. $18,000 is still not very much. The way our public art strategy works is it's 1% of the hard construction cost. So you're kind of, estimating what you think the cost is going to be, but you don't really know. And if we do have some additional funding left over, which is highly unlikely given the way the construction industry's been going, but we could see some changes, who knows? If we have additional funds, then we could certainly apply them to the public art component, and maybe even come back, and add a feature either as part of this project or later, if there's just some really good concepts that we want to implement, but we don't quite have the funding for at the time.
Thank you, Tracy. My other thought that came through my head when we talked about that the funding is pretty low for this project, right? Compared to the one that we talked about for, I forget what it's called, but the tower that we're doing. So I know that, and Aaron had said maybe we could repurpose some things. I know that they're going to be taking like the fish and everything off that tower. Maybe those could be used over there somehow. Bring them over to that project. So just something that ran through my mind when she mentioned that repurposing. And I was like, oh, the tower project. We have those fish, and I can't remember everything that's on there, but maybe some of those things could be looked at to repurpose on that side.
I'm making notes.
Okay. And the only other last comment I had, I love it all. I love that area. I actually biked down that whole gravel levee thing. Got up right there and went down to the right and then all the way down to the end, just to see what it was, because it's so different to me. You know, I was used to driving my car down the levee, and now it's like, okay, you can't do that. So now I got to ride my bike down the levee. It was a great workout, guys. So, but the other thing that came in my mind, being on the selection committee for the power project, and then just, and I don't know if it would be this project or another big project, but somehow going out and getting community input also, I think is really good, especially in West Sacramento. I think we're a great community, and I think we as commissioners have good ideas, but I think there's a lot of people in our community that we don't reach out to kind of get their input and their ideas maybe. So like I said, Tracy, I don't know if it'd be this project or a different one, but I think just involving the community more when we're choosing art projects is kind of important, like they did with the bridge. Is it called the I Street Bridge? I call it the Jerome Street Bridge because that's what we called it growing up. But you know, I know they went out and they let people vote on it and look at it and see it, and in that way it just gives people more, I think, of a buy-in and appreciative of our town, and you know, it makes it more cohesive. So I don't know if in this project that would be even feasible, you know, appropriate, since it's kind of a smaller project, but something to consider.
Absolutely. I think that we could certainly include some community member on the, or two on the evaluation panel. In fact, it might be a good opportunity to work with nearby residents. We have some people who live very close to the trailhead that might like an opportunity to participate in that way.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a great idea. I know two people that live right there in that court. One that has lived there my whole life. And she's been a lifelong resident and probably would like to maybe be involved. But I think that's a great idea, Tracy, is, you know, at least include somehow community members. So thank you. And that was all. Any other comments, questions? Commissioner Bell?
Yes. Hi. My thought was to put a broadcast out to the city to help find out what would be our best theme for these 3 installations that are upcoming, to get some great brainstorming and community buy-in on, you know, like maybe even if it's a voting on our West Sac discussion page, you know, what would be a great theme for these 3 connecting trails? Like, what would be a natural flow of information, of art? What do you see? What would be most pleasing to everybody? What does everybody want to see? And there's going to be a lot of opinions out there, but I think you'll get a lot of great ideas, and people will be excited to see what selection is made and be more involved. So, and then with that, my suggestion would be to do a, you know, love our Mother Earth and just have a, 100%, how do we nurture Mother Nature, how Mother Nature nurtures us. And I recently spent some time in Yosemite, and like I just think that West Sacramento, like we have a park, like a parks of systems, and it's like so lovely to see, like in Yosemite, the cohesiveness of the vision and the plan. And so, why not dream big? Connect all of our parks, have them all have like this theme of, nurturing Mother Nature and Mother Nature nurturing us, or, love Mother Earth or something to that effect. All right, I'm done running my mouth. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Bell. Anybody else? Okay. Erin, do you have any questions or comments?
Oh, I took notes, so.
Okay. Thank you for the presentation. I can't wait to see. It's exciting to see. I didn't realize that we had Bees Lake also. So I knew we had the Heritage Oak Park and now this one. So to see them all three connected would be really fun. And to tie something in where they wanted to go from this one to that one would be pretty cool. So I can't wait to see what comes of it all. All right, thank you. All right, next item is consideration of resolution 22-1, setting the time and date for the 2022 regular meetings of the Arts, Culture, and Historic Preservation Committee. Katie?
I'm getting my agenda pulled up right now. We're going to just approve the date. And Chair Corwitz, did you want to read those dates out loud, or did you want me
to? Can you do
Chair Corwitz, if I could add something to this item, Chair Corwitz. Yes. We did look at the dates, and we did recommend an alternative date for the meeting that would have been on October 31st. We weren't sure if the commission would want to meet on Halloween. So rather than cancel it, we recommended meeting a week earlier just for that, the month of October. So we did factor in that adjustment. So we're happy to, if the commission would like to talk about other options, that's fine too. We just use that as an initial placeholder.
Okay, thank you.
I see Commissioner Bell with the hand up.
I'm sorry. I'm 5 dates and somebody needs to ask for a motion. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh wait.
You were cutting out, but did you make a motion, Commissioner Bell?
No, I did not make a motion. Would you like me to make a motion? I would like to make a motion to approve the next year's meeting agenda as it's written.
Second. Thank you.
That was seconded by Commissioner Gleason, correct?
Yes.
And just to be clear, we are approving to move the October meeting date to the 24th.
Correct.
Vice Chair Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Diaz?
Aye.
Commissioner Gleason?
Aye.
Commissioner Perez?
Aye.
And Chair Corwitz?
Aye.
Commissioner Sheridan let me know that she had to leave earlier prior to the last day.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on, general administration function, part 2. Item 6A, director's report. Ms. Tracy, you're up.
Evening again, Chair Courts, members of the commission. I have a very brief update. And then I was going to turn it over to Connie to provide an update of the summer concert series. So I know you guys talked about that a little bit, but she might have a little more to offer, some more information. So I have some unfortunate news to share for our department, but good news to share for Katie Dyke, who has been our clerk, our senior clerk in Parks and Rec for the last 3 years. And actually in December, she was promoted to the administrative clerk position in the city clerk's office. So she started this new role in December, but has graciously offered to still help us out until we can get her position filled. So I just wanted to let this commission know that Katie has been promoted. Congratulations, Katie. She's such a pleasure to work with. I know that we already miss her, but just wanted to let the commission know that she'll be working with us, hopefully for, maybe the next meeting, training the new person that comes in. And you will see her in the city clerk's office. And with that, I think, Connie, I didn't know, I know you have your hat with you. Do you have any additional information you wanted to share on the summer concert series?
That's Raphael. That's one of 3 of my cat, Raphael. He's Brad. I knew he was coming eventually. I've been trying to stave him off. Okay, so I did briefly give an update on the summer concert series. Thank you so much when I sent out asking for commissioners to serve on the subcommittees, I asked for 2 subcommittees. One was the summer concert series, which will be May, June, July, August, 4 months in a row. It will be the last Thursday of each month, May, June, July, August. And Commissioners Horowitz and Commissioner Bell were amazing, and I thank them so much for that work. And we did already talk about that and kind of where things are at. So super exciting. But the other update I did want to give was on the other subcommittee, and that is working on Fire Station 41 ARC. And I am very excited to say we had 2 other commissioners enthusiastically step up to say they would be the subcommittee and they would help with that. And that is Commissioner Gleason, which I'm so excited to have her. She's an art professional. She's an artist herself. She has a lot of knowledge to contribute to this committee. So I'm super excited that she was like, I'm in. And Commissioner Domke was in. And I think we all know, because she kind of knows the history of this thing, and she's been with it since the very beginning. So I don't think, I think we have amazing subcommittee members for that committee. And where we're at, your recommendation at our last few meetings, we spent time discussing this. We discussed using a public art consultant. Your recommendation went to council last month on January 19th. Council approved your recommendation, approved the use of the public art funds to do that, and approved for us to go ahead and contract with that public art consultant. So we have drafted the contract with the public art consultant. Now we're working on a draft of an RFQ, request for qualifications, and our subcommittee commissioners will be reviewing that here shortly, and they will be able to give input onto that request for qualifications. And then some of the steps after that, the RFQ will go out, and it will go out to listservs that artists, in their artists, that's where they look for stuff. This is the stuff I don't know. This is the stuff Commissioner Gleason knows. And so she's going to be excellent, because she's going to put it here, put it here, put it here, put it here. So it's going to go out all those places. And then once the RFQ goes out, those who are interested will apply. They will be on the subcommittee with at least one other resident, our 2 arts, culture, and historic preservation members, and up to 3 other in the region arts professionals, and working with our public art consultant, and then a couple of us as staff learning and following along. And from there, they will offer to up to 5 of what they feel are the most promising artists to give a further concept. And those artists will be offered an honorarium, a stipend to $500 to further develop their concept. They will be brought out to the site. They will get to see the site, see the project, touch the bench, see, and become, very knowledgeable on, and we'll have Commissioner Domke to help them become very knowledgeable on the history of this thing. And then from there, the subcommittee will work together to make their final recommendation when they get those back on what they think, is the best vision for this as a public art piece going forward. And they will bring that back to your commission, to all of you, and you all will discuss it and figure out what you're going to recommend. And then once again, it will go, whatever this commission recommends will go to council, and then council will either approve or not approve. But I think they already are liking the stuff you guys are doing, and we had no problem getting the approval to use the public art fund monies. So that's kind of where that's at. And I just wanted to give you an update on that. So.
Thank you. Exciting stuff going on in this group. That's fun. I can't wait to see that bench. I drive by it all the time and I'm like, what is, yeah. Kind of like Commissioner Domke, right? It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's just been sitting there forever, ever. So that's really exciting. See that things are happening. And congratulations, Katie. We're gonna miss you, but I know you're gonna go do great things in your new role. So
thank you. I've really enjoyed working with this commission and working with all of you. Thank you very much.
Yes. All right. So I think that we are, let me get back to my agenda. Oops. Now I just allow. Future item requests. Are there any requests from commissioners for future items on the agenda? Commissioner Gleason.
There actually isn't a further item, but I just wanted to throw it out there to Connie, Tracy, and your staff to come out and have the West SAC group. If you'd like to come see the current show that is just currently being installed. We are part of NCA, which is a really huge conference that happens in a variety of cities. This year it is at the convention, is at the new state convention center, and there are 50 locations. There are 87 shows, and we have 3 shows here at the MAC. We are like in the top 5 in terms of square footage allotted for the shows. So I invite you all to come out. It's amazing. If you like ceramic, these are, I don't know how I got so lucky at getting the 3 shows that I got, but somebody really loves it. We have Nancy Service, who used to run the Pence Gallery in Davis. She has curated 6 artists. And then we have the Alfred Gallery out of New York, or Alfred University. And then the Archie Bray, which is, if you want a residency program in ceramic, you go to Helena, Montana. So there's some really amazing stuff. So I invite you all to come out.
Great, thank you. Commissioner Gleason, would you mind sending everybody an email about that with the dates and times?
Yeah, do we have everybody?
You can send it to me and I can distribute it to everyone. That would be great. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anything else before we adjourn? Okay, I do not see anybody. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get your title right. I've been calling you Commissioner. Vice Chair Bell.
Oh, that is such
Ooh,
a great title. Chair. One that crossed my mind for us to discuss in the future is I loved the idea with the electrical boxes having murals. I've also always have thought of, our underpasses under the trains and under our walkways and even under the freeway. Why are we not using that as a place to put art? I know that Caltrans owns it, but heck, and it would probably get tagged, but I would love to see, something more about this whole theme and getting people to really enjoy all that what West Sacramento is that we have come to know and love about it. So, so more art and more places under the freeways and under the walkways and things like that. That's my comment.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, just to provide some immediate feedback on that so you don't have to wait for a future meeting. We have completed some art plans specifically in the Washington district that identified exactly what you're saying, mural applications in spots like overpasses, underpasses. We don't have a formal mural program, and we don't have enough consistent funding in the public art fund to fund an ongoing program. So the applications tend to be opportunity based with grants or with other projects. But we have talked about the ability to tag onto Wide Open Walls, which is a mural program in the region. And there have been a few locations already identified as part of other art planning efforts. But we could identify more and explore ways that we can partner with that program, which is very well known and is growing all the time. And it would allow us to accomplish a project, on a project by project basis. So that's something that we've talked about doing, but we just at this point we don't have staff to manage a formal mural program or funding right now. That's a great idea.
Right. Maybe, I know, and I don't know the details of how it's been done, but I know that we have done quite a few murals at our schools. And most of it is donated time. We pay them a stipend to design it and then pick which one we wanted. Just kind of like you said, as an opportunity to kind of get their name out there. And I don't even know, I could check into who did it or how we did it. But I know we've had specifically when the Bright Cafe Center opened, we had a local artist that donated his time, and the kids got to actually help design the mural and paint a little bit of it. So it was just a great opportunity. And it was a small stipend that we paid them, but it turned out wonderful. So maybe something like that we could do. I don't know when it's the city if that works, but just a thought. And Commissioner Gleason, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention to Tracy and Connie, before you jump into Wide Open Walls, if we could talk offline.
All right. Anybody else? Seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll second that motion.
Who was the first person to motion?
Commissioner Gleason.
Vice Chair Bell.
Aye. Aye.
Commissioner Diaz,
Aye.
Commissioner Gleason,
Aye.
Commissioner Perez,
Aye.
and Chair Corwin.
Aye. All right. Thank you, everybody. This was a great meeting. Good things happening.
I agree. Cheers to our new chair, Corwith, and thank you, Marva. And sorry that our other commissioner already left, but it's been great and looking forward to another wonderful year with y'all. Okay.
Thank
Good
you.
night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.